Beaufort County Board of Education Academics Committee meeting, August 26, 2025 at 4 p.m. We are located at District Educational Service Center, conference room.
Just keep going. Just keep going.
Remote hybrid conferencing meeting. This meeting will be broadcast by the county channel. To speak during academic committee public comments, please sign up using the public comment form. You can find the BOE public comment form on our website. You'll receive a phone call during public comments where you will be able to speak and address the committee for a maximum of 3 minutes on issues within a committee's domain. The forum will be limited to 15 minutes. Citizens desiring to participate in person must fill out a public comment card that can be obtained from the board clerk upon arrival. Mission of the Beaufort County School District through a personalized learning approach will prepare graduates who compete and succeed in an ever-changing global society and through the market.
He's back.
Okay.
Right. Stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Stand to the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Approval of the May 22, getting approval of the agenda first. Approval of the agenda.
Dr. Carr, right now it's just you and Leah, so you would need to make the motion and Leah would second it.
His mic's muted.
Your mic is muted, sir. Thumbs up. If you put a thumbs up, I got you.
Let's see.
Down, he's, which one?
Okay.
I second the motion.
Got it.
All right.
Leah second, all in favor, the both of you are a yes?
Aye.
Okay. Got an eye for, got it. Thank you, sir. We don't have public comments.
Okay.
Thank you.
Approval of May 22nd, 2025 committee meeting minutes.
Aye.
A second.
Okay. All in favor? Both? All in favor?
Aye.
Got you. His hand came up. Administrative regulations.
So, good evening. So tonight we have some updates to,
I finally got you all back.
Thank you.
all right, student service administrative regulations 3 through 9. So Yanina is going to give the updates for 3 through 5, and then Dieter will give updates for 6 through 9. And the executive summaries have the changes for you.
Do you want the executive summary or the actual AR?
Probably the executive summary, I think, just so they can see the changes. The changes are minimal and they have the non-discriminatory clause that we had to put in. So that was added to all of our ARs.
The regulation SS3, assignment of students to school, section 1, numbering, that was changed. On section 2, added the non-discrimination clause to ensure equal opportunities for all students. Section 3, numbering. Section 4, numbering. Section 5, letter C, included the athletics program. And section 14, letter D change, gender to sex. Section 16, A, B, C added if, A, at the beginning of each for consistency. D, specify the principal's requirements of recommending the assignment to the student's homeschool with specific dates. D, change timeframe when the superintendent will notify the principals within 2 weeks of the decision. D, change that a member of the.
Excuse me. Give us a second to get there and to actually see what you're talking about, because you're moving at a fast rate, and I'm not, I think everyone's hearing you, but I'm really no one's checking, we need to check. So I
Okay.
understand the process.
That's fine.
Thank you.
Which section were you on?
I'm on section 16.
16?
Expectations.
And you saw an SS3?
Yes.
Page 5.
SS3.
Page 5.
So A, B, and C added if, A, at the beginning of each for consistency. So the D, specify the principal's requirement of recommending the assignment to the student's homeschool with specific dates.
So those specific dates are December 1st and May 1st, so during the semester.
Yes. At the end of each semester. B, change the time frame from when the superintendent will notify the principals within 2 weeks of the decision. And D, also change that a member of the committee will notify the parents by adding the time frame of the end of the semester or. He added revoking a student's second choice transfer if the initial choice is revoked.
You said B?
D, you're still on D.
Still in that same section.
Mr. Cushman, do you have what she's talking about up there?
Yes.
And she's saying that's D as a little dog?
Yeah, we're still on 16,
16, letter D.
right there. That's the 16.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes,
So,
yes.
in the section D.
Yes.
No, I haven't remember.
Because the D I have, I don't think it has that right there. D that I'm looking at, if I'm looking at page 5. I'm looking at page 5, my D does not have that D, that D right there, that D right there is a little longer than what my D is. Yeah. Okay, so you said it,
It's,
So we're on 16D right there. Yeah, if a student's choice is revoked, a second choice transfer shall be denied.
that's okay, yeah.
You found it, okay. Making sure we all have the same.
And on that same section, we deleted E and F about rationale for denying school choice transfer because if the information was already stated in A and B of that same section. That's it for the SS3.
Okay, now we're moving to SS4. All right.
The executive, the clean copy or the executive copy?
Oh, the clean copy, I think that might help. And then we'll start with section 1. So, yeah.
Well, that was just a very.
Okay.
Okay. On section 1,
Can you read? So we summarize AR itself. So this one is for scheduling students, middle and high school students. The one that we previously left was sending students back to their home schools if issues
Yes.
occurred. This one is about scheduling students into classes based on class size and everything.
previous one was for, out of zone students when they, request out of zone and expectations. So SS4, section 1, added the superintendent's expectations and spelled out Beaufort County School District. Section 1. Section 2 added the non-discrimination clause to ensure equal opportunities for all students. Section 3, middle and high school students. B, deleted international baccalaureate, added advanced program.
Are we no longer gonna offer ID courses? Everything is gonna be.
They collectively used a language advanced programs to be inclusive of international baccalaureate, Cambridge courses, advanced placement courses, or even our dual enrollment models. So they did that collectively instead of.
So we wouldn't have to change the AR every time we have additional.
Okay, so will parents understand that? That this does include ID and.
In the world of education, for us, the answer to that is yes. In the world of the parent, no. I understand. So maybe putting in the type of course programs that we have. I understand what you're on. So that could be a recommendation to go in there in parentheses, right? And so
Absolutely.
No, we can not.
so that would be under SS4, assignment of students to classes, which becomes yes, ma'am.
Section 3.
Section 3, alpha B. Put a parentheses in there to return international baccalaureate, like examples of what that is.
Examples.
And maybe do
Cambridge, we
IE
can do.
example.
You can, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's.
Section 4, elementary students. A, added based on the state and BCSD guidelines for the principal's responsibility with the grade placement.
I do like that clause. I wanted to put that out there. That take the time for that grade placement review, because sometimes I don't think principals recognize that. That was a nice adage.
And B, deleted statement about placing students who have transferred in a different grade, added that circumstances may warrant a student being evaluated for proper grade placement. And for SS4.
Can I ask a question?
Oh, yes, sir.
Going back to the one, I guess it's section A of the one that's being displayed now, where the principal, shall be the principal's responsibility based on state and BCSD guidelines.
The guidance counselors are the ones that sort of evaluate the incoming transcripts, and they make a recommendation, and the principal has to adjudicate on that. Is that the way the process is?
That's correct, Mr. Dallas, yes.
Does anything change? Or is this the way it has been?
This just gives the AR some teeth to say the principal has the final say.
Okay, and they currently have that, correct?
Correct.
Okay,
We refer to the principal when we need to make those decisions.
okay, thank you.
Yes.
And Ms.
Yes, it is.
and Mr. okay.
We just have to revisit the AR and retention, which is under IS.
Mhm, mhm.
All right, because the language in that AR may not.
Adjust.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes,
They're updating them also, that might be in the next one. All of yours.
yes, ma'am.
Mr. Daz, I'm glad that you brought that up because in the past, I'm not sure what brought a change on today, but normally in the past, we would normally have the changed AR for what we're moving from to the new AR. And it's been kind of, for me, it's just been real frustrating sitting here trying to see it. And I appreciate the work that they're doing, but it's just kind of, it helps me and helps us understand there's a reason why we kind of have that. So people even coming back to watch this meeting and being able to see what the change was from year to year. So just in the future, if we could stick with the format, because I think there was a reason why that format had been placed on there, but where what we're changing is in the red and the new would be in the black, so that we can better understand and know exactly what we're looking at and what we are looking at. So maybe that would be something that we would revert back to in moving forward. But I definitely thank the staff for their work, because I'm sure they worked hard on it, and I can tell that she knew exactly what she was talking about. And I appreciate it. I appreciate that. But just average and ordinary people who may be trying to follow us as well, they may not know what you're talking about. So I appreciate your work. But I just want to say that that's very one important formulas to have us understand exactly what's going on. Thank you.
May I just follow up on one little point on that?
Yes, sir.
How do we ensure standardized review and assignment across similar schools? If it's up to the principal. And it could be the guidance counselors have a very formulaic approach to how they recommend, or whoever reviews and recommends. So I think that's just a watch point.
Understood, thank you.
Thank you all. As Mr. Smith said, thank you for all the work you did.
So I know he's asked a question, but that already streamlined through transcripts
Additional
coming
hours,
in
yes.
from other schools and students taking assessments. It's already established as far as.
So the protocol that we utilize is the putting together all that information has to be reviewed in detail. The principal makes a petition with regard to the review of. It is discussed with district personnel. District personnel puts it back on to the principal for their recommendation to go forward. Once we can give confirmation that yes, Mary should or Peter should. So that's a protocol that the principals have used, and we have done from a district level that has been so insane that there's justification of cause. So we're not also leaving the principal out there to go to the point that Mr. Dallas is speaking as well. That consistency in practice, and we're not just leaving the principal out there on their own accord.
Well,
Yes, sir.
that's right. And also, just to let Mr. Dawson, I do know that personally that when we had principal Denise Donica with us, every summer she would touch every single senior in her building. She touched their file herself personally, and she talked to either mom or dad or whoever the kid is with. So no matter how much, if she had 700 seniors, she talked to 700 people. So I just want to put that out there too. So I do believe that the principals in the past have understand that is a part of their responsibilities.
No further comments. I heard that, I think it was Dr. Strata said that that'll be a watch point.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Would you like to, she said she sent you a red line copy of the next. Seven step.
Round four.
Five.
Five
Five,
next.
going five.
Okay.
So we're starting with SS5, which is student attendance. Mr. Smith, they put up the red line there, so.
Section one didn't change. Section two added the non-discrimination clause to ensure equal opportunities for all students. Section three added and at the end. Section four, B1 deleted is otherwise, added is. Section five, deleted hours. Added hours.
The comma, hours, comma.
Okay. Number seven, deleted bring, added present.
Present.
Section eight, A1, deleted period, added semicolon. Number two, added the, lowercase d, in depth, added semicolon, deleted period. A3, added a, lowercase r, in recognized. A4 added the, lowercase p in prearranged, deleted principal, added principal, lowercase. And they added a number 5. Any student participating in any career and technical students organization experiences shall be excused for up to 10 school days per school year. The school experiences include but are not limited to schedule events for state level Future Farmers of America, FFA, the National FFA, and 4-H programs. And on B, principal added, the lowercase principal, they, lowercase c. Section 10, A, deleted absences, added absences for the coma. B, deleted intervention, added intervention for the coma. Number 11, deleted separate lettering and added items under A. A2 added the intervention team, deleted in conjunction with. 2 listed what the intervention plan must include as letters A through I. A2 deleted maybe someone from another agency. And on that same section 11, B deleted persons, added people. Number 12, referrals and judicial interventions. Letter D, deleted continues to, added continued. Section 14, approval of absences in excess of 10 school days. Deleted principal, added principal, lowercase. C, deleted principal, added principal, lowercase, deleted including with the semicolon and added including. Section 15, makeup work. A, deleted makeup, added deleted makeup with the semicolon, added makeup. Deleted test, added test with the S. And under B, section 15, deleted principal with a capital P, added principal, lowercase p. Under section 16, participation in after-school activities. Deleted principal with a capital P, added principal, lowercase p. Deleted the 2023 revision incorporate SS 11 student absences and excuses. That was deleted. Updated version date August 2025. Added. And under legal references, A for the federal law, added number 1, Title I of the Elementary and Secondary Education Act of 1965, ESEA, as an amended by the Every Student Succeeds Act of 2015, 20 USC 7912A. Under the legal references, deleted number 1. That had 20 USC section 7112 of 2002, No Child Left Behind Act of 2001. And under D5, deleted GC-11 diversity statement and roles.
May I ask a question?
Mhm.
So then the lead of the citations was because they were obsolete at this point in time, just for record to understand.
Yes, that's correct.
Yes, thank you, Ms. Rundy. I just want to keep.
Yeah, every student succeeded at the
Yeah.
top.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's all for SS5.
So now we move into SF6, entrance age, and I did send that to you as well as.
Thank you.
So a few changes. Section 1, the purpose section was updated for clarity of the superintendent's expectation. And the for section 2 was added, the non-discriminatory, was reformatted for that, consistency, but there were no changes to the protections of that. And then we can go all the way down to no other changes were made except like the number, because we added that section into 2 for the non-discriminatory. When we go down to legal references, there was a minor formatting change for that, and that was the only changes to SS6 entrance page. Questions for SS6? So we can go, she had on. So the next one is, the regulations for SS7, admission of resident students. So there, really no major changes for section 1, just the purpose section was updated for clarity, no changes, like formatting. Again, for the same thing for section 2, the non-discriminatory was reformatted. When we look at section 3, it was the reorganization of those sections, so the criteria for admission moved to section 3, and first time enrollment to section 4, and then clarified general rule to emphasize proof of residency in addition to proof of birth.
I do have a question on that. Are we legally allowed to ask for a birth certificate if someone is in this for political asylum or intervene in that according? Is that right?
If the ones we ask for it, and they
But is it-
for some.
We ask for
always
it,
ask
is
for
it
some.
required?
It's in our best interest to ask for birth.
I
certificate.
understand,
But
some difference
sometimes,
of language and I
but
just.
some, yeah, sometimes they have like, something
Excuse
for
me.
church.
Could you come up to the table so the mic can hear you? I'm
I
like,
apologize. This is heavy.
Sorry.
That's what I was talking
I'll
I'll get another here.
You have some outside.
When you can see. Please, thank you.
That's fine.
All right, thank you, sir. Okay. The question we were asking, and I had to ask on it because of what I know of another reg. The requirement versus the request of the presence of a birth certificate are two different items, and I just want clarification for points of registration, because it can be looked at as a barrier, so I just want to be clear with,
I think
there's
this,
some federal guidelines. So that, and I may be
On this-
questioning this.
On this one, it says additional proof of birth. It does not specify birth certificate.
Certificate, okay, but even that as a requirement. I'm only sharing with you, and it's been my experience in items that I have read and referenced, I just want us to be aligned as a system, that's all I'm asking.
and so what are you making?
That it could be requested to bring present, but there's a difference between a request of proof of birth and the existence of the individual itself is proof of birth. just-
And requirement.
Registration period. But by not having the certificate or, right, some type of.
We have another option to provide.
Right, I guess if we could be clear with that language in it, because that could be taken as Mary's leaving another country, coming into this country, and I leave because of numerous issues, or a woman within, or a husband, domestic violence, moving their children just within our own country. It's not just from one nation to another nation, but internally, domestic violence. They may leave without paperwork. How are they registering their children? So that's all I'm asking. And I put my school site language on this from having dealt with this at length, and I think you've dealt with this well, last night. So that's why I did have to ask, and I don't mean to hurt, but I have to think of domestic violence.
Right. But even if you look under Mr. Homeless students, we let them in if we don't have all the requirements.
So that's my whole point, it should, but I just wanted the clarification on the language, that's the only reason why I put it.
Yeah.
That's all.
But we can, we have in there that all can have proof of identification is in there.
Right.
So I think we're covered. I mean, we want
I
the
just- I
birth
read the-
certificate, but if we don't have the birth certificate, we've got to do whatever we can.
Okay.
So, and we need to do everything we can to remember it, student. Just take whatever we have.
So is there any amendment that we need to do to section 3? That was.
For SS6,
That's, no,
Seven.
7.
Seven. When they legally, like, you reviewed it, so are we good with the language, or do we need to adjust the language?
I mean, I think we're good, but I'm glad to double check.
Okay.
So thank you.
so 7, section 3,
The general rule.
right, your general rule, okay, and I may have heard.
They have
right,
30 days to provide documentation.
Right.
Okay.
Proof of birth. Required proof of birth, that's what I was questioning, was the word
Yeah.
required.
Oh, you mean, you're
So,
suggesting we
with
take it
that
off because it may be a
How do we
situation.
verify age of students coming in?
Sometimes we can.
And that goes back to our previous AR, when we're trying to make a decision
Yeah.
and we're trying to
That's
figure out
right.
what. Yes, and so then we have, a discussion about what grade they go into, and then,
And we have to believe that Mary's 10 when you tell me Mary's 10. And Mary may be 14,
so they all kind of
Mm-hmm.
go
or
together.
Peter may have a beard.
Because we also have to home visits and parents getting students
Yeah.
into different schools, other their residency. That could be a lot of legal issues as well, because you bring in one kid from this school because they were retained and you don't want to reach the retention. How is that covered?
So the general practice is the board of ed, is that the school, the registrar, the principal, lead administrator, I call him a gatekeeper, picks up the phone to make a phone call to say, I attended ABC Fraser Elementary School. You call for confirmation at Mary, so that's when we can do that. When we cannot, there are times that you can't do that, so you have to earn favor of the child.
So,
We're also faced with, is that truly the parent? Is that truly the legal guardian of that child?
That's why I'm
bringing
making that phone call.
child, the difference bringing child A to your school who does not have the legal documents. And so now you're in another situation.
Trafficking.
Right. Exactly. And so, I do think that we have to be careful of our wording. But we also have to think of the safety of the children.
By requiring certain documents for sure. It protects us, but it also can be dangerous as well. The limiting of these documents.
so if I, one of the memos that we received from the State Department, it says that the state only requires 2 documents as prerequisite to enrollment of a child in South Carolina public school. One is the immunization, and the second is proof of age, not proof of birth. So we may want to change it
Change
to
that
proof
to
of
age.
age instead of proof of.
And that could be from a report card,
Yes.
anything, right?
So taking out, so we got the random, so take that birth and make it age.
I'm just taking notes for yourself.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Which is
Okay.
I think
Yes, change language to approve.
We're gonna take out refer to proof of birth.
A.
we're changing it to age.
So section 3, it'll read, generally all persons of legally defined and mandated school age and who have presented required proof of age may attend the Beaufort County School District without charge. Certificate of immunization and proof of residency within Beaufort County must be provided within 30 calendar days of enrollment. So.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, sir.
So looking at the reality of what's happening in our country now, how rules are being interpreted in tremendously different ways from before. And then power structures are used against those who don't adhere to the new way of interpretation. Is proof of birth safer for our district than just proof of age? And I don't know. I'm just asking.
Wendy, I'm gonna have to, I feel, it says here, let's look at the statute.
Well, there's a statute, Mr. Dallas.
Children with the ages prescribed. Yeah, I'm gonna, if y'all don't mind, I need to study this some more. Because I thought we tried to have the birth certificate or proof of that they were born. So I thought I practiced in this district.
So Mr. Dallas.
And would it, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I would just, I think it was Attorney Cartledge that raised the point. Are there remnants of the Federal Department of Education that are still there that can help provide guidance, or is that too chaotic now to go there?
So I think with the state memo that came out that says the, what was the wording? Proof of age. The proof of age came from the state memo, so I think we need to go with that right now. And then Ms. Cartledge said she would look into that further, but I think we need to go ahead and make those changes to say proof of age based on what the state has given us as guidance.
I didn't hear that. I'm sorry, Dr. Lee. I didn't hear that part about the document from the State Department, the South Carolina State Department of Education, or whomever. So that wait a minute, that helps us. That helps me understand. And so I'm fine with the solution that has been proffered at this point to go with that and then have Attorney Cartledge sort of just check it one more time.
Perfect. Thank you.
It's crazy times.
Yes.
No, that's right. What you say, Dr. Lee's right. We've got to do it that way with that memo, but I'm gonna look at this some more.
Okay.
Dr. Lee, we have the memo sent to Robin, so she may share with us the
Okay,
Dallas
perfect.
present board members as well now.
Okay, I do.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so then we can sit down to the legal references for that same SS7. We updated the legal reference, removing outdated No Child Left Behind and adding GC11, diversity statement and goals. That's actually tip for SS7.
Any questions?
So we can go to SS8. So admission of non-resident students. Same thing for section 1, the per section was updated. And then the section 2 was non-discriminatory move to section 2 from section 7. The weekends, no changes were the 3, 4, or 5. We can move down to 6, clarify the responsibilities for tuition collection. Change for that student service officer and CFO coordination. And that's section 6.
Excuse me, on the section 6, clarify responsibilities for tuition collection. Do we know how much that is?
Yes,
Is there a set amount or is there?
it is. I have the number.
Yeah.
Right here.
Because, we're just saying, yes, fluctuates, but
Ms. Gordon, from year to year, I think it's like something in 7,000, something like that.
No.
Was it?
It's 14,000.
Yeah, that's a full FTE, is 14,000.
$14,576.
that the
For
parent
this
has
year.
to pay our school district for their child to attend our school,
If they're outside.
if they're out of district.
Correct.
If
they don't live in the.
Uh-huh.
we have a private school out of the public sector, are you thinking of business plan?
But have we ever had parents who actually admitted to that? Who actually pay this?
Yes. Yes, we have. We don't currently have one right now, but we had one. I believe last year we had one.
I was watching, a television show, Miss Virginia. And, they touched on this for, students living in DC to pay a certain amount of money to attend a better school, if you would say, in their district. And it was like, $7,000 or $14,000, but that was back in a while back. So they were trying to get zero payment because parents couldn't afford to.
It becomes a disproportionate, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, so I just have a little with that, but I understand why we do it. I truly do. And do you know how much money we get per child from the state?
It's about 14 and change. I wanted to say it was like 1482, and it only took 8 students to pay for a teacher. Consultant. Yeah,
8, okay.
yeah. 14,576 is what Ms. Janine has pulled up. Yeah, but I know it takes 8 students.
Yes, I just wanted to do a clarification, so we're on the same page. So we're talking about admission of resident students. I've got the law up here now, so I feel a lot better.
So we're going back to SS
So if
seven.
we could just real quick talk about SS7, because I'd like to change that language with the consensus of the group here. It says here, this is under state board regs, requires each student not previously enrolled to submit a birth certificate or other documentation to verify a birth record in special situations, and it gives examples. So for example, if you don't have a birth certificate, you could have a religious, hospital, or physician certificate, transcript of the student's birth record, a transcript of baptism, insurance policy, a religious record, a passport, hospital records, adoption records, a Bible even. There's all kinds of things
Right.
that you can use, but you should have a birth, we should expect a birth certificate to have one.
So, yes, Wendy, I agree. So if it says proof of age, then all of those things would go
Falls on that.
for proof of age. So I think if we just say state proof of age, then all those things would cover as examples of what we just utilize.
Or we could say to submit a birth certificate or other documentation to verify the age. Because the reg says requires a birth certificate or other documentation. I mean, I'm not trying to legalese it, but
No,
you
right.
see what I'm saying? Most children that enroll do have a birth certificate.
Yeah.
And I want to tell you another reason a birth certificate is important too, because we want to know who the parents are.
Right, but yes, but I think the language from the state, we can.
May I make a
Yes.
suggestion?
Mhm.
Would you fold this with AR
Yes,
and have it put to the side? to be reviewed
Absolutely.
And land
Yeah.
it up in
Yeah.
language, and then bring it back so that.
Perfect.
Right,
Yeah.
to our board members as well.
Yes,
Are you
ma'am.
with that?
yes, I am okay with that.
So I'm gonna cross it out.
Because you've got all
That's
kinds of
separate,
options to prove
Yes.
your birth.
Okay.
Yes.
Where's the law?
I'm reading from a state board regulation.
It's just a regulation.
Right,
I think
they
it's-
have many, Janina has a memo and I'm reading a regulation.
Right.
So we can go here the two.
That's okay, all right, so we'll combine, I'll get with.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, yes, may I just, so I'm clear, so, where we are now is we'll confirm and incorporate the proof of birth with proof of age?
They're gonna go back and look at the regulation and the memo and come up with the verbiage that suits both and then present it back to us.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I would not raise this, folks, if we don't see things changing right before our eyes on what had traditionally been considered just lockdown certainty on interpretations and law. That's all. So thank you all for what you're doing.
So we're going back to SS8. We stopped at section 7. And 7 was refining the the exceptions for children of the employees to require annual release and confirm the superintendent's authority for school assignment for section 7. And then we did this with legal reference. We updated the governance reference to align with the Beaufort County Coherence Governance Manual. And that was a completion for SSA, Mission of Non-Resident Students. Any questions for SSA? And for the final one would be SS9, a mission of homeless students. Section 1 was updated, the purpose section was updated for clarity. Section 2, the non-discriminatory was reformatted, no major changes to the protections. No changes were made to 3, 4. In section 5, we clarified the wording in enrollment to include immunization, and then with the medical records, is that in the, that's the clean or the red line column?
That's the claim. It said red line former clean is what I pulled up.
And that's for
Section 9. I'll you email me.
The point is first two. That is point is first two.
I think you have the
That's nice, sir.
not in your package.
And 7. Yeah. Thank you.
So yeah, so the only section I was just wanting to make sure that it was talking about the immunization or medical. So they took out the word like enrollment and made sure it was immunization or medical records for that section for 5. And then for 6, they clarified, we clarified responsibilities for tuition collection with the student service officer and CFO coordination. And then for 7, refined for the child of employees to require annual release and confirm superintendent's authority for school assignments. And then for that final section of legal references, they updated the governance.
So, what is annual release?
Require annual release and confirmation of the students who and signing for them.
Annual release from their district, or we need a letter from their district.
So this is for employees that live out of district, people want to bring their children to school in district.
Yes.
And that, do you have it?
No. I'm not.
I'm not sure.
Now, if you're homeless, mission of homeless students. Okay, so that may just be something brought over from another document.
It got to be for 6 and 7. Like 6 and 7 is repeating what was in.
The prior administrative regulation, SSA. So why don't we sit with, make a recommendation that SS9 be pulled at this time in place to confirm editing and practice. All right, thanks.
Thank you.
A lot of hard work and it's a lot of paper and it gets confusing, so thank you. Thank you for catching that.
Appreciate what you all are doing. I'm looking at all these lady problems. I was counting how many ladies. I said,
But what I would like to take an opportunity with Dr. Lee and other members here at the table as board members, and take a moment to introduce some of the representatives from student services here with us. All right, so we recognize we have Dr. Lee, our deputy superintendent, my young lady directly to my right. Please,
Dietrich Holmes, I'm the director of exceptional learners.
and our young lady, please, Janina.
Janina Sarli-Rossi, I'm the student services specialist.
that I wanted to bring forward as a role and their time and place as we transition for the last item for you, Jeremy, like my transition, I gave you all a great wake up class. I want to engage you, that's what I'm I was trying transition. So I'm going to take you to the opportunity for Ms. McKinsey, as we all know, our Director of Teaching and Learning, as well as joining us today is Emily Gray. She's our Coordinator for Health and Physical Education. I asked them to give an update on our compliance to Gavin's Law and Aaron's Law, which happens to lead to some of the conversation in here earlier. So Ms. McKinsey as well, please.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Stratus, and good to see everyone again tonight. Emily's been working really hard to get things lined up for us, and I think we have a really good system in place. Of course, the main reason why we needed to update this is because we wanted to make sure that we were doing our due diligence to be in compliance with state regulations and law. And we also wanted to make sure that we were providing a solid, comprehensive health program to our students in a safe and effective manner. So 2 laws that we are mandated to make sure that all students receive is Aaron's Law and Gavin's Law. So I'm going to divide those 2 out for you, and then I'll go through the packet in your handouts. First thing is with Aaron and Gavin's Law, we do those together. So in elementary, we're using Kappa. So Ms. Gray worked really hard. She got a memorandum of agreement in place. So all of our schools have already signed up for those lessons this year. That is done by a state-approved program. Our secondary, they didn't have a state-approved program. Now they do, so we're really excited. The Attorney General, again, Emily was really diligent in getting them down here not once, but twice. So we have a slew of our secondary folks are now trained at the high school level to use those plans as well. Reproductive health is the other one. That is something that we are charged with teaching. And again, kudos to Emily and to the health team that she put together a curriculum writing this year. The lessons that were approved by the Health Advisory Committee were then loaded into Rubicon. So when that teacher goes in, there's no question about what's been approved for you to teach. You know, these are the lessons that the board committee has approved. And we've also done some work on some supplemental materials that align to that so that we're not out of that realm that has been approved. Then monitoring all this. So that's something that we really worked on. We batted it back and forth, and finally we came up with the idea, no, we want them to tell us who is doing the lesson with who, what students are getting what lesson and who's the instructor, what days are those lessons being held. And we want the principal to confirm that that's happened within their building. So we have set that up in a digital format, and it's already, I believe, filling up. Ms. Gray looked in today. She was going to reach out to a certain principal and say, hey, how's it going? And we looked in. They got in yesterday afternoon at some point. So we're starting to see that. So we'll be able to go back, both our health advisory committee, you as board members, us as those who are trying to navigate, make sure that we're in compliance. We'll be able to go back very quickly and say, this is when May River did it. This is when Beaufort High did it. This is when, you know, so that will make it easier. The other piece was parent letters. And if you look at the other packet, that it's kind of bulky. We called it a memorandum, but let's call it a memorandum packet because it got a little chunky, but we wanted to make sure we did everything with it. Those first 2 pages, Emily and I put together because we thought it was a great description for our principals and our teachers and our community members of all the myriad of things under that Comprehensive Health Education Act that we are required to do. So that's all this is. It just, the things that I just went over with Gavin and Aaron's Law with reproductive health, it's just kind of written into here. So that's your first 2 pages. Then we want to make sure that we're getting this information out to the families. Prior to these lessons being done, because we want mom and dad to have that opportunity to review with their child, to review campus lessons, which are available to them. So these letters, the first one is in English and then in Spanish behind it. So this first one is for Aaron and Gavin's Law. And then we have another one, Aaron and Gavin's Law. You have English, you have Spanish. So we have the Kappa versions, and then we have the versions for our secondary students at the back. So that's why it looks like a lot, but it's different grade bands. you wouldn't want to send the same letter home with your high school students because the material is going to be different through traffic proofs than it will be through Kappa. And we listed a place there. If you look at, let's see, it's one. If you look at one, for example, it has all of the lessons listed for parents so that they can go through and see exactly what is this lesson called? How long is it going to be? What is it going to entail? What is my child going to be learning? There's also a link for them to go onto the Kappa site. They can review videos, they can look at everything we have. And again, Emily has done a phenomenal job getting all of that loaded at the fingertips of our teachers. So rather than having to go in multiple places now, thanks to her hard work, boom, there it is. So that makes it really easy. And I'm gonna ask Emily if I left any out, feel free to jump in.
No, in Rubicon are the lessons, like she said, the attachments for PowerPoints that are from the textbook, which are there, the supplemental material. There's opt-out material, so if the parent does exercise their right to have the student not participate in reproductive health, there's lessons there for that. And then in the top in the syllabus are where they can also, if they forget how to access the letter, I don't know how that could be, but if they do, it is up at the top for them to access there, so they're all attached. So it's super user-friendly, and it also is a great way for a great tool for me to talk to those teachers about just accessing Rubicon for all sorts of things. So it's just like a one-stop shop. So
100%.
yeah.
So now they have those materials, they have it in an easy location, and with much being given, much is required. So now we have the monitoring piece of implementation as well.
And Kappa has added in their parent letter the update to Gavin's Law, because prior to their descriptors didn't include Gavin's Law. So now Gavin is there, as well as Aaron has always been there, and then traffic proof covers both.
Now, yeah, and I will add just one little thing that we found out today, really. We're going through making sure that every student, as required by law, is receiving this. So we were just double checking. And both of us at the same time were like, because it's part of creative arts, but now Kappa's going to our school. Are they getting on a boat and traveling over to Busky? Are we moving the kids? How are we doing it? And we were really thrilled. Kappa is going and doing the lessons for those kids. So we were really excited to see that. So we have some good things in place in Beaufort County to make sure our students are getting the information at appropriate level for their level of maturity.
And to build upon that, our health advisory committee has reviewed in detail. And you as a board have approved those supplementary material. We brought that forward to you. I have to say thank you to the health advisory team. They are phenomenal. One individual's retired, but everyone else is employed. And they're at the meeting. So it's a big thank you to each one of them. And the compliance, our district is compliant. And and it is because of their diligence. It isn't just, they take this by detail with notes and highlight. You've seen, both of you have seen, it is significant how they come prepared to the table. They come to class ready. And that's it in closing.
We were at the conference. Gavin's father spoke to us at the conference. And
Silence.
you could offer nothing but.
I
That was one right here. And the bracelets. Gave everybody bracelets,
well,
but a Sunday morning wake up call was had at this conference last weekend.
You are so right.
Yeah.
wow, that just like what threw me.
And he had the bus. He drove, I know, don't do it. And he drove the bus and everything there as well.
Yeah, and
But
he gave us
see-
the resource materials we can share with everybody, because
The website, I went on the website. Oh my gosh.
it's amazing, isn't it?
The way you feel like somebody helped me. And you just look at a screen, can you imagine a kid going through that in person, and you're like, that was.
It's,
It was definitely moving. That's why when she said guys was wild, the mom and I still have chills.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, everything she said, I won't repeat, but I just said, it made it more than real time. I mean, this, and I was gonna bring it back. I mean, it's crazy, but it's board meeting. I'll mention that. I hope that, we put laws like Gavin law in place, that we held to a standard of when these kids make these certain complaints and talk about bullying and different things that, that we have to make sure that we're on it, because it's serious, you have a state legislator who you talking about, who, it could be anybody, it doesn't have to be because he's a legislator, but, you know, the state unanimously made this a law in terms of a kid being bullied over internet. And we have kids, parents telling us every day that kids are being bullied right here in our school, and we say that, well, if it's not in this world or in this text, then we have to look at it differently. So I think that we have to take that very seriously and be more careful how we massage that, especially to our parents, because that was a very tough. And it was eye opening because I took a stance back because dealing with some bullying situations last year. You know, I was telling parents, well, just look at it a different way. But after listening to Gavin's dad, maybe I was a little too comfortable. I think there.
When the director of CAPA spoke at the HAC meeting, I thought a very interesting and moving thing that she said was when one of the board members, I'm not sure who asked the question, what do you say when a parent, gives pushback? And she said, it might not be your child that needs to hear it, but it might be your child's best friend. And I took that to heart because that is true of all of this material, is that it's relevant because you don't know who needs to hear it at the right time. And it's information, it's empowering. So yeah, it's very, I agree with what you're saying.
And they just gave the why that I put on the agenda. Okay, that's our working presentation in closing from both divisions, board members.
Any questions online? Statements?
Good. Thanks for all the information.
So, Councilwoman?
I just want to say thank you as well. This is good. Ending with Gavin's law, I'm sitting here, trying not to cry.
I know.
But appreciate all that you do so much.
I may see you at Lynn's tomorrow. You're in a river tomorrow.
Topics.
And then here, on the other side.
And we'll. Dr.
Yes, ma'am.
I have some future topics that came out of the
Yes, ma'am.
general board meeting. So this doesn't have to be the next meeting, but the future topics assigned to academic committee is school discipline, third grade retention, and right choices.
So if I may share, your school discipline is tied to an operation expectation.
Yes.
I think maybe it's in October. Yes, ma'am. So that can come forward. We can bring forward third grade retention. And I've asked a presentation on the alignment of AI in our school system as a result of our work session. I spoke to Mark Shohan and Colleen. So I'd like to bring them forward as well, because it's a larger relationships of the school system over time in regard to E-rates. I think our board members are going to need more information in this committee.
So you said there was another, I know the one comes under an AR, that's in October.
That comes under an OE.
I mean, but what did you say before, after that?
So we will do
AI.
third grade retention, and we will have some ARs. I was afraid to say that because
And I will have an AR seizure plan, SS 47.1, and it's done.
I'm gonna put ARs, and then as you complete them or whatever, then you can give me the ARs as you complete them.
Yes, I've given you seizure protocol 47.1. Executive.
yes, ma'am.
We're ready to go.
We'll go back and review the ARs and.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm sorry, what is it that the board wants on right choices? Is it updated information?
I don't know, it just, it
We
was
haven't-
not few words and given, the board did not give,
What they want to know.
what they wanted, they said right choices.
Okay.
Because I know we've had a change.
Yeah, we have a new director.
That came from Mr. Smith, so what is it?
Right choices, I wanted everything about who, what, where, why, when, how. I got that. It's
Just an update,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, no, it updates, also, what's going on with right choices, I mean, there's a lot of stuff back there, but I think it's a lot going on right choices, so I wanna know exactly what's going on right choices, I mean, it's, everything, I want everything, because it's going back there. I understand, bring what you can bring.
So, do one moment.
Mm-hmm.
So, and this is sort of a personal topic as well. I have a niece that left in high school. You're aware of it? Okay. And students having to leave the campus for the dual enrollment.
What grade is she?
She's in 11th grade, but she's taking 2 courses, does not have a driver's license or anything, so.
I think we're working on that and we'll work on that. Are you aware?
No,
Okay.
it's the first step. It's
Okay.
brought to my attention.
Okay.
Do you want to
We
finish my
can.
Yeah. Adjourn?
You gonna vote on adjournment?
Yes. We're adjourned.
We are adjourned.
We're adjourned.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.